everybody. I hope you're doing really great. I wanted to talk to you today about fear and the impact it's having on our mental health. More and more people are really suffering because of fear and stress and anxiety. And I know a lot of people are starting to lose hope and starting to lose faith, and they wonder if, life is even worth living anymore. It's like, take me away from this nightmare that we're living in right now. And I know that it's really, really difficult. I know that a lot of people are struggling financially. I know a lot of relationships are really being put to the test. I know that the single people who were perhaps once upon a time quite comfortable with being single are now longing for somebody to connect with so that they can go through this journey together with them. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of fear of, what's going to happen. Are we going to be put into quarantine camps? Are we going to continue to be separated from our loved ones, the people that we love and care about? So much fear, so much stress, so much anxiety, and mental health and suicide thoughts, and actual physical, taking action on that is becoming a pandemic of itself. And so I want to offer some encouragement, some uplifting, some tips to help anybody who is feeling this way, who wants to just, an olive branch to grab onto, to give them, some encouragement and some hope. So I want to offer some tips and suggestions that I hope will help. So the first thing that I would like you to have in your awareness about fear is that, let's put it this way. If you found a stray cat and you fed that stray cat, and you fed it and you fed it and you kept on feeding it and you kept on feeding it and you kept on feeding it, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The same thing happens with fear. The more you focus on that fear, the more that you worry about finances, the more you worry about what's coming up next, the more you are engulfed and entrenched in what's being put out in the media, the more that anxiety is being invoked, the more you focus on that, the bigger that fat cat is going to grow. So the first tip is to recognize how you're feeling in your body. Like if you're watching something on TV and it is making you anxious, it's making you mad, it's upsetting you, turn it off. Turn it off and make the commitment to yourself that you're going to seriously put some effort into not starting your day with the news, not starting your day listening to something that isn't uplifting and inspiring to you. It's when you do that, especially first thing in the morning, it sets the tone for your whole day. You may have noticed this already. So make a commitment to yourself that you're not going to do that. You're going to seriously decrease the amount of time that you invest watching the news, watching YouTube videos, listening to radios, and perhaps replace what you're watching that is causing you to have that shot of anger, fear, resentment, judgment, all of those low vibration feelings. replace that with something that is uplifting. So meditation is great. I'm always an advocate for meditation, but it could be anything. You could just listen to music first thing in the morning, something that, makes you happy and alive and light. Okay, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is fear is there for a reason. We feel fear for a reason. And when we stop and we take a look at what is it that we're so afraid of, why are you afraid of, let's say, not being able to support yourself? What does that fear come from? Like, why do you feel you don't have the ability to take care of yourself? That's a root chakra, sacral chakra issue. Why is it? Why do you believe that you can't take care of yourself? So, or, what else? What's another example? Why are you afraid to leave that relationship that hasn't been working for you for so many years, after trying, whatever that fear is, like we're running away from that fear. We're running away, trying to avoid it. But what happens if you actually just turn around and look at that fear and just see it? I kind of get this visual. I'm a real visual person, but what would happen if you stood up and just turned around and look at that big ass snake that you've been running away from, and and ask and acknowledge, okay, I have this fear. Why do I have this fear? What is this fear? Why do I have it? Like, actually look at it. I think it's so important, because that is, when fear shows up for us that way, it is actually shining a light on the very part of us that needs to be healed. Why do we think we need to have this dependence on a government to support us? What is it? Why do we think that we can't support ourselves? And it's tricky. I have to acknowledge it's tricky, but fear is here to show us the parts of ourselves that we still need to heal, that we need to shine some light on, that we need to love and acknowledge that is a part of who we are. It's important. So another suggestion, another tip that I have is to remove things in your life, people, situations in your life that bring you down, that just don't make you feel good. That just don't make you feel good. And let go of needing to hang on to things that just don't work. And case in point is the state of our world. Nothing in it is working. That's why everything is being disrupted. The dust is being kicked up. Dirt is being kicked up everywhere. Nothing is working. We as humans have to change the way that we do life, the way that we interact with each other, the way we mistreat each other, the way we abuse the earth, the resources on the earth, the air we breathe. People are afraid to breathe air. Something has to change. And as shitty as it is right now, Why are we clinging to a paradigm that just isn't working anymore? And you can take that right down into your own life as well. Why do you want to hang on to things that just don't work in your life anymore? What attachment do you have to it? Why do you want to hang on to it? A lot of it has to do with familiarity. It's familiar. It's uncomfortable, but it's familiar. And who are we? What do we do stepping into something that is so foreign to us? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? How will it be? We don't know. We don't know. But you have to hold on to the hope that it's got to be a hell of a lot better than what's going on in the world. Hunger is like a huge problem. Pedophile, huge problem. Drugs, huge problem. Mental health, huge problem. Why do we want to hang on to things the way that they are so badly? Because the fear of leaving all of that behind, we'd rather cling on to what was, some semblance of familiarity. If it doesn't work in your life, that's globally, I'm talking globally, but you can take that down into your own life. What are you clinging to that needs to go, that just frickin' doesn't work anymore? And ask, like, why? Why do I want to hang on to it so bad? Fear. But look at what fear is costing us. There, at the end of all of this, I have no idea. I certainly don't have all the answers, but I do know one thing, that when we do things that make us feel good, when we look at our fears, our anxiety, when we take care of our well-being, when we do all of that, and we do that inner healing, and we do that inner work, and we start coming from more of a loving place towards ourselves, number one. When we love ourselves internally, we have more capacity to send that love out. When we stop judging people for the color of their skin, whether they wear a mask or don't wear a mask, who cares? When we start looking inwards at how we can make ourselves better human beings and spread that love outward and start moving away from so much fear and repression and suppression and anger and hatred, when we start moving out of that fear, because there's only love and there's only fear, there's only characteristics of that fear. When we start moving into a place of love and start doing our own inner healing and realizing that when we heal the wounds of our insides, we can spread more love to the outside world. And that is going to create a more balanced, harmonious existence for us. It's going to improve mental health. It's going to improve anxiety. The fear of the unknown. Yeah, it is. It's scary stepping out into the unknown. But take care of yourselves and take care of the people that you love, and hug people and love them and love yourself, and turn around and look at your fear. Don't run away from it, and certainly don't feed it like a big fat cat. Just do the work on the inside. Heal your own wounds. Heal that part of you that is afraid. That's it. I haven't lost faith in humanity, and I hope you don't either. But it sure is tough sometimes. I acknowledge that. And I also acknowledge you on your journey, wherever you are. And I acknowledge that you're doing the best you can with where you're at in your life. And we're all on our own journeys. But it's our responsibility to heal our insides so that we can help serve humanity at a higher vibration. And it's an ongoing process. I'm sending you all so much love and light. So much love and light. Because the world needs it. So take care of your mental health. And call me if you need me.